We told you we'd be back.
Heroes come and go. Legends live forever.
We want to hear you enjoying yourself.
You're in big trouble, mister.
W3L. W3L.
Welcome to another week of the longest running weekly wrestling show on YouTube, W3L Wrestling Showdown. Don't you dare forget to hit that subscribe button if you're watching on a PC or a laptop. It's at the bottom right hand of your screen. Firstly, a huge thank you to W3L fans who came out this weekend for W3L's Remedy and W3L Wrestling Showdown yesterday. And of course, those getting set for Live Wrestling Showdown in Pennycook today. We have huge news this week for W3L, as always, prided itself on showcasing wrestlers from around the world, and we can now confirm that we have joined the Union of European Wrestling Alliance. Our affiliation with UEWA will see W3L continue to bring you the very best wrestlers from around the world, with a renewed focus on introducing some of the wrestlers from our European neighbour promotions. To kickstart our affiliation with UEWA, we want to spotlight a member promotion from Denmark this week on W3L Wrestling Showdown. We want to introduce you to W3L fans, Copenhagen Championship Wrestling. You can find CCW on Facebook at CPHW Wrestling, Twitter at CPH Wrestling, and on YouTube searching Copenhagen Championship Wrestling. Without further ado, let's send you down to ringside for a contest between two of CCW's top stars, Sebastian Day and Angelico. Thank you again to CCW for allowing us to bring you this match from their archives this week on Wrestling Showdown. If you like what you see, we have some huge news in April. Some of the stars of CCW will be joining us for our next tour on Thursday, April 13th. It's our next premium live event, and there is going to be carnage in the capital as we turn to Edinburgh. The following day we tape matches for W3L Wrestling Showdown in concert, and on the Saturday in co-promotion with CCW we will have matches for both Wrestling Showdown and CCW's weekly Danish TV show Grunge. That goes down in Larkhill. Tickets from all events will be available tomorrow from a brand new and improved www.w3lwrestling.com website. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join us here on W3L Network next week for more W3L Wrestling Showdown. I'm Brian D, and I'll see you next week.
Hello wrestling fans, you're watching CCW's Too Hot to Handle. I'm Aaron Hathaway. We're here in the ring with a championship match between CCW's heavyweight champion Sebastian Day with his challenger all the way from South Africa, Angelico. With me is Lou King Sharp. Lou, welcome. Tell me a little bit about this match we're about to see.
Well, of course, the man we're looking at now is CCW fan favourite, the Dane Sebastian Day. He stands at 5'11", 152 pounds. Won the CCW Championship. He was the first ever CCW champion, now a two-time champion. Won the CCW Championship tournament to get there. Won the Copenhagen Cup. So he's been all over Denmark, all over. He's been going to DPW. Of course, a mainstay here in CCW, very much making a name on the national Danish scene. But the man that he's standing across the ring from here, the South African native, he's 6'3", 213 pounds. He's got a height and a weight advantage. Not to mention, massive experience advantage here. Of course, Angelico, he's been a former GWF Berlin champion. He's been a SWE King of Switzerland, a WXW Shotgun champion, so he's no stranger to the European wrestling scene.
You can see that already, the expertise, the mat work here, the precision they have facing off to start this out. Both of them, no strangers to having a belt around their waist, and you can see that starting off.
Now, as much as Angelico has travelled and been around the world, he's never stopped off here in Denmark. This is a first for him. Never been in the ring with Sebastian Day. All that experience, but maybe Sebastian Day can just pull something out of the bag that he hasn't seen before. Pull an elbow tie up. And transitioning into the wrist lock Angelico here.
Both of them in uncharted waters in that sense against an unknown opponent. All they have is their reputation preceding them as they step into this ring. And you can see that in the methodical way both of these wrestlers are sizing each other up, pulling these maneuvers that let them know what the other one has in store for them. Assessing their strength, assessing their athleticism, their dedication. And we see that coming right now.
Angelico is known for his high risk, for his agility, and for his speed. But when he's in a kind of an amateur wrestling almost situation here, when he's looking to mat wrestle, he's in there with Sebastian Day, a guy who was trained by the Danish wrestling legend Chaos, who is of course a very accomplished amateur wrestler, former Danish national champion. And Sebastian Day is of course going to be hoping that some of that training from Chaos will be paying off here when he's rolling around that mat with Angelico, a man who was trained by Ultimo Dragon, Japanese icon, former WWE, WCW superstar.
Absolutely. To go into that with that pedigree of having received training from one of the most legendary figures in all of wrestling history, going into that, you got to think that puts serious wind in the sails of Angelico. And you gotta think that affects Sebastian Day, knowing that he is going up against that instruction, against that legacy.
And it could just as well put wins in the sails of Sebastian Day, because what is it going to do for his career if he comes out on top of Angelico here? If he leaves Angelico looking up at the lights in front of his hometown crowd in Copenhagen, it's going to take him to a next level. It's going to show the world that he can hang with these guys who are competing on a world stage. Angelico is of course an all-elite wrestling star, one half a hybrid too with Jack Evans, making a name for himself in the all-elite wrestling tag team division. But tonight Angelico's looking to make a name for himself in CCW, and Sebastian Day's standing in the way of that.
Absolutely right. So much on the line for both of these wrestlers here tonight at CCW's Too Hot to Handle.
Shoulder tackle, taking him down and showing off now. Angelico's in his element.
Early confidence from Angelico here.
Leapfrog, hip toss, lands on his feet. Look at that agility. Like nothing these fans in Copenhagen have ever seen before.
Looking at Sebastian Day's face, you gotta wonder if he's ever seen that before. Certainly not something he saw coming when he did that.
Certainly didn't see that drop toe hold coming. That's took him down. He's got him on the mat now, holding that headlock in tight. Looking like both men collided heads there. Angelico's rolling out of the ring.
A miscalculation comes with a high price there. You can almost see the bird spinning around his head, tweeting there as they're shaking those stars from his eyes.
Oh, gotta go flip the middle rope to the outside, but a huge kick from Angelico puts Sebastian Day, quite frankly, on his ass.
Ice cold water straight on the fire of the Fireborn there, bringing him down to the mat. Angelico proving that this will not be a fight won easily.
Not only has he won gold all over the European wrestling scene, he's dominated in South America. He's a three-time AAA Tag Team Champion, 2-time Lucha Underground Trios Champion, and of course he was also a South African Heavyweight Champion. And he is looking to add the Copenhagen Championship Wrestling title to that list, that long list of accolades that he has acquired through his illustrious career.
To Sebastian Day, this is a threat. We have Angelico, who has worn champion's belts in multiple continents. At this point, Sebastian's belt is just one more for the trophy case. This might be one of the most threatening contests to his belt, to his championship title, that Sebastian Day has ever known. But of course, Sebastian Day is not your CCW heavyweight champion for no reason. We see that fight in him. We see the fight in the Fireborn, the dedication that almost no wrestler in so long in all of Scandinavian sports entertainment has really found out what it takes to get this belt from Sebastian.
Big back elbow, taking Sebastian back down. And the Copenhagen fans are still behind their champion Sebastian Day. And he's coming out of the corner fighting now. Lighting him up. Chop there and a jab to the face. And it wasn't enough.
Massive blow to the head. Angelico trying to put things to a quick end here, going for 2 back-to-back pins. Reading the look on Sebastian's face, you gotta wonder if he's thinking what sort of a situation he's got himself into here.
He's beat Pete Phoenix, he's beat Carlos Zamora, he's beat near enough the entire CCW roster at some point, but never before has he been in there with a talent of the caliber of Angelico. But he's fighting back, he's giving it everything he's got, and can it be enough? 2 running forearms.
Big blows straight to the sternum, putting pressure on Angelico where it hurts, taking the wind out of his lungs, taking the momentum out of the movement that Angelico's been building up this whole match.
The CCW crowd behind him, it might be 2, no! Just in the nick of time, Angelico getting the shoulder up. Sebastian Day's pleading with a referee or official, Stefan.
This isn't a negotiation, Sebastian Day. The ref's word is final, and it's not a pin.
But Sebastian Day, he will fight until his legs give out. He's banging on that top rope, and he's looking to get this Copenhagen crowd behind him as he climbs to the top. Could we see a high-risk maneuver? No!
Taking the legs out from under him, and Sebastian Day isn't even a wrestler who would stop when he loses his legs. You would have to sedate the man to get him to give up. Oh no. Angelico sees an opportunity here for a devastating move on the Fireborn.
Oh. Reversing it, sending him into the corner. Backcracker! 1, 2, no!
So close, clinging to the leg of the referee here. Sebastian wants to hold this belt so fast, and he knows the threat that Angelico represents.
Doesn't look like he's got much fight left in him. But fight, he continues to off the top rope, and he missed.
A critical miscalculation by Sebastian Day, bringing devastating impact down onto his spine. Angelico knows what a gift this is, knows what this means for his shot at taking the CCW heavyweight belt from Sebastian. Going for the pin.
Sebastian back up.
we have been proven tonight that it is hard and continues to fight back against one of the very best professional wrestlers in the world today. And Helico, he's going blow for blow with him. Every time he gets knocked on his back, he fights out. 1, 2, and we see it again.
Heart is absolutely the word, Lou. If there is nothing else Sebastian Day has, he is brimming with it. His dedication, this quiet resolve, has what has kept him as our CCW heavyweight champion for so long. And we can see here tonight at Too Hot to Handle, that heart is being put to the test. We are seeing just how far Hart can go when faced against the likes of Angelico. You see the confidence here in Angelico, the confidence of a man who has taken belts before and is not afraid to do it again.
You can call it confidence or you can call it cockiness.
Either way, it's another day at the office for Angelico. Oh! Devastating impact.
Yeah, this is Copenhagen Hangman. Wait, he's pulling Stefan out of the ring.
Hangman! Taking him out. What is this? Broken apart, there's chaos in the ring. The referee's getting assaulted.
Clothesline taking down on Helico. He's looking to cause anarchy, looking to cause chaos. In a city he once loved, and a promotion he helped build.
Hangman tearing apart a regulation match, absolutely throwing the rules to the wind, assaulting both contestants. What's in it for him? What motivates this sort of madness so much as contempt?
A barrage of strikes from Ender Cara.
Sicking Ender on him. A blow to both, punishing both of them. Unable in this numbers game, outnumbered, surprise.
And here comes some fan favourites to save the day. Exotic Cut and Sime.
To the rescue, the two of them scaring away the intruders. Bringing some semblance of order back to the ring here. Gotta wonder where the referee is. Blindsided by these devastating assaults.
Fan favourites clearing the ring here as Sebastian Day comes off the top, taking down Ender Cara. And Helico's back in the ring now. He's looking to get involved. He don't like the jury any more than anyone else does.
How could you like the jury, Lou? They're villains.
Ender Cara is out of here.
Send the man home. Referee Stefan Squaddle, you can see him there moving on the ground. At least he's got a pulse, thank heavens.
Well, time to get back on your feet, Stefan. We got a job to do. We got a match to finish here. I didn't hear a bell to sound for the end of this one.
We got a match to finish, but I don't get the decisive ending it seems like we want. We're looking at a disqualification due to interference here. Scrub the match and we can see how is Angelico responding here.
Well, it is not the way that we thought this one was going to end.
Sebastian Day extending the diplomatic handshake. You might think the man's glad. He knows what he could have been saved from here. Angelico with the look of a man who feels a little cheated.
And Angelico raising the arm, telling these fans that Sebastian Day just stood toe to toe with one of the best and proved that he has earned that CCW title. He has fought his entire career to be the man standing there with that gold above his head.
Leaving the ring once again as your CCW heavyweight champion, Sebastian Day takes it for another day. For CCW, I'm Aaron Hathaway. With me in the booth, as always, is Lou King Sharp.